channel. So today I'm going to take you through the Narciso Rodriguez perfume range. Now there are 10 different Narciso Rodriguez perfumes that you can buy right now, so this is probably not going to be a short video, so sit back, get your cup of tea and enjoy as I take you through all the ones that are available right now in the UK. So in 2004, so quite a long time ago, 15 years ago, we got the original Narciso Rodriguez for her Eau de Toilette. And I think this has been a bestseller since it came out and is probably, I mean, I'm just guessing here, probably the bestseller from the range still. This is one of those perfumes that you probably will have smelt on people. It has a really distinctive note and there's not really much out there that's similar. So this perfume and all the Narciso Rodriguez perfumes have a muskiness to them. Now, before I smelt this, when I thought of musk, I thought of like old-fashioned fragrances. I didn't think I would ever like a musk, basically, but I really like this perfume. And I would describe it less as sort of musky, but more as sort of what a woman smells like. It smells like feminine, creamy skin. It just smells like a neutral femaleness, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. So the Eau de Toilette is also amazing because it does last quite well. It's quite strong, quite unusual for an Eau de Toilette. Some people find it stronger than the Eau de Parfum version. So what are the notes in the Eau de Toilette? So the main note is that musk, and then we've got some orange flower and some osmanthus, some amber to keep it warm. There is some vetiver, some bergamot, some patchouli, and I think when you first spray it, maybe you get a little bit of that vetiver. But this, once it settles down, it's very much a musky fragrance. So the Eau de Parfum version, which followed, I would say is a slightly more delicate version of the Eau de Toilette. And just to confuse everyone, even though it comes in a pink bottle, it comes in black packaging, and the Eau de Toilette, which is a black bottle, comes in pink packaging. So I think people often buy the wrong one because of the opposite packaging colours. Anyway, the Eau de Toilette I think is softer. It has rose in here, and I think that's what makes it softer. It's potentially a little bit more, well, a little bit more floral and maybe a little bit more feminine, like a soft feminine coziness. It also has a little bit of peach in that you get when you first spray it, and I think I quite like that, though it's definitely not fruity at all. Musk is still the dominant note, but the Eau de Toilette is kind of like a sharper musk, and this is more a warmer musk. But all in all, they're very similar. If you sprayed one on one wrist and one on the other, I don't think you'd find a huge amount of difference between them really after an hour. Both of them though are amazing for lasting. It's the kind of thing that if you've sprayed it on a piece of clothing, when you go and pick it up again out the wardrobe, you'll still be able to smell it if you haven't washed it. And you know, you can spray it on a scarf and just be smelling it all the time. In fact, once I did spray it on a scarf in an airport, and then on the plane I actually had to take it off because all I could think about was this perfume. Like, it was so strong, I guess, because it was right by my nose. It isn't a strong perfume though. It's just a really good at lasting, and you know, you get a lovely waft when someone walks by you wearing it. It's really distinctive. Great for the office, great if you have a kind of job, maybe like a nurse or a doctor, or someone where it's not appropriate to be wearing like really out there perfumes. You want to wear something neutral and feminine, but you still want to smell nice. I think it'd be perfect for that. So more recently they released Narciso Rodriguez for her Floral Musk, and as you would expect from the name and the colour of the bottle, this is like a more floral version. So that rose note that's in the Eau de Parfum is back again, but much stronger. You get much more rose here. They've also added in some violet and some peony. So if you are someone that likes floral fragrances, then this is definitely one to try out of all the range, because I think it probably is the most floral of all the Narciso Rodriguez perfumes. But again, you know, it is still musky. So it's just like a slightly more feminine floral version of the others. So more recently in 2019, we've had Pure Musk release. This comes in a really cool bottle, I think, nice and sort of white and pure. And this is a really simple fragrance. So if you love the musk of Narciso Rodriguez, then this is just like an essence of it, essentially. It's all musk. There's some flowery notes in here, but what they've done is they've put cashmere in as well. So it's like an even smoother version of the others. Smooth, warm, creamy musk. You know, you're not getting any of those, no patchouli or vetiver or anything like that, just musk, cashmere, and some slightly floralness, but really it's musk and cashmere. Narciso Rodriguez fans have been raving about this since it came out, so definitely go and try it if you like the originals. So now moving to the slightly heavier, more intense part of the range, Amber Musk is just like Floral Musk is kind of a floral version of the originals. This is an ambery version of the originals. So you get a lot of amber, a lot of patchouli, as well as the musk. The musk is kind of an equal partner to those two, I think. But what you also get in here, which makes it quite heavy, is incense. You get lots of oud, woody notes. So this really is a kind of, think sort of a Arabian perfume, think incense, think, you know, Middle East vacation. This is very much the sort of incense amber oudy version of the original. So you've got that musk, but there's plenty of other stuff going on in here, and it's probably the most departure from the original that there is, or one of the most departure from the original. So we then have the Rose Musk version, which is not like Fleur Musk at all. It is still much heavier and has a woodiness to it. Yes, there's rose in here and there's supposed to be some peony, but I don't really get the peony. But what there is still some more Middle Eastern type notes in here. So cinnamon, saffron, cloves, black pepper and woody notes. So this is like a floral incensey version. So think of the amber musk, but then this is maybe a slightly more floral feminine version of it. And actually, just on the amber musk, I think it can be worn by men, even though it's aimed at women. I think it could be, and perhaps even this one could as well. So we then come to Santal Musk, which is the really woody offering, the really woody version. You've got loads of sandalwood. It's almost like a pure sandalwood fragrance with that signature musk. And then they've put cardamom in here. You get a tiny bit of ylang ylang when you first spray it, but essentially this is like a woody version. So woody fans, definitely check this out. So that is all the Narciso Rodriguez for her ones that are out at the moment. There's then another range from Narciso, which is called Narciso, by Narciso Rodriguez, and these come in square bottles, whereas the Narciso Rodriguez for her are all in those tall rectangular bottles. Now, the way that I would describe the difference is that, because again they are musky, but I think the Narciso Rodriguez for her ones are soft musk. You know, some of them have that cashmere in. I find these to be a more harsher musk, a little bit more sharper. And they also are a bit more piney, like woody piney as well. So the first one, Narciso, is again with the musk, but you have some green notes in here, gardenia, vetiver. Kind of imagine you go out and smell a garden at the same time as wearing a pure musk. So this is like a green musky note. I think as it dries down, it's predominantly musky, but the greenness does keep it fresh, but it's like a sharp fresh, if that makes sense. So we then have Narciso Padre, which is a softer version. Some people liken this to Anais Anais by Cacharel. It's yeah, a bit more understated and demure, but it has that musk in again, of course, but there is rose and jasmine and orange blossom, as well as those piney woody undernotes. So it's just a kind of a softer version, maybe a little bit more feminine and a little bit more complex version of Narciso. And then lastly, we have Narciso Rouge, which the red indicates the fact that there's lots of red rose in here. So you do really get that rosy scent in the dry down. They've also put some other floral notes in here. I think it's iris. But this has quite a warm heart as well, with tonka beans, vanilla, and again, that pines woody note. And the sandalwood, vetiver as well. So it's kind of got the greenness, you know, the woodiness, but with that rose and the musk, which, so it's quite complex fragrance really. But again, I feel that it still has more sharpness, sharper musk, than the Narciso Rodriguez for her ones, which I personally prefer. Now you can get Narciso Rodriguez body lotions, shower gels, etc., which are all really lovely and absolutely help with layering the fragrance. So I definitely recommend getting them if you're a fan. So do let me know if you wear any of these. I'd love to know what you think. There have been some other versions that have been and gone in the past, so let me know if you wore any of those. And do go and try them if you haven't already, because these really are really high quality perfume range. I can't recommend them enough. And the original for her are just gorgeous, beautiful feminine scents. So I'll leave the links to lots of my other perfume range reviews down below, and because I'm always releasing new ones, so do subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. But that's it, so thanks so much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye!